backed himself against the footy. The kick coming out wasn't a good one. Chance for Ward, slid in, missed it. Over the shoulder, Camporelli. Bell, another chance. Over the football. Essendon players around him in number. McLean knocked it out. Jones going nowhere. Eventually coming out backwards. Godfrey. Peveril stole it away. That was nice to Nash. To space, Lloyd.
But the interesting one is Bell. He's picking up Lucas. And we know that Lucas has been beaten by smaller players a couple of times this year.
Matthew Lloyd, best effort against the Demons. 8 goals, round 14 of 97. This will be some sort of start. He loves it off the bit. It's a goal. So I think he'll come across the ground. Hurd presents a problem, making it 3-on-2 down towards half forward. Kick goes to Hurd.
Oh, it's a poor kick.
I'll have to talk louder. Hurd, Johnson, Fletcher from centre half back drives it towards half forward. Will it carry? Winderlick dropped the mark. It was paid, I think. It was a nice kick. Didn't have to break stride. Pulls it back, and McVeigh has marked 20 metres. Bell's kick was far from perfect, and so too that one, although it's a goal.
McVeigh sharked it. Camporelli, Petard. Geez, there's some golf and experience there. One bloke in his first season, the other one nearly on 250. Here's Neeks, very deep at half forward.
65 metres from goal. Oh, that's an intelligent kick, just lobbing it. Fallen down inexplicably behind the play. Hoping history doesn't repeat itself tonight, especially now as he comes in, kicks, and kicks well.
Do the patch-up work until I can actually find a better matchup for him.
So Jason Johnson at about 65 metres, just awkward looking kick, but it just fell beautifully to Lucas. Backing anybody, Ox. No. you had Godfrey beaten a moment ago. Oh, you're a good judge.
He still can't. So the coach, he's seen this before. Bell off the ground immediately. Lucas, his opponent, kicks a goal. Hurd got a hand pass to Johnson. Now Hurd is rushing off the ground, or is he? I think he is. Meantime, a mark has been taken by Lucas.
We won't argue with them.
Scott Lucas saw the back of Bell, and now kicks his second goal in the space of a minute.
Fletcher. Geez, he's such an important player for Essendon that he kicks it so long, and they just beat so many lines of defence.
Bizzle will have a nervous breakdown if that happens or not.
Oh, well,
that's what you don't want. Here's Davey. Good looking kick. Geez, just caressed it from there. Another one.
That was like a 3/4 7-iron. He didn't unload on it. He hit it beautifully. Jeff White coming off for a rest here, but just a good setup. The ball came out the back on 2 occasions now. The ball has got out the back on the Demons, getting beaten heavily at the moment at contested possession. 16-6 in favour of the Bombers, and I don't think there's too many areas that Melbourne are winning at the moment. Pretty emotionless at the moment.
Over to Johnson. Peveril runs. Johnson kicks with the left, and it was a waste.
It looks sharp nevertheless. This is McDonald down to half forward. Well, can he match his brother? Goes in short instead, does Davey. Drop down there by Bruce. Goes with the outside of the boot. That's a wonderful goal. How clever was that?
There's a couple of reasons why that goal, a wonderful finish, as you said, Dennis, from Cameron Bruce on the outside, the old banana. But it was the chase of Newton that was so impressive. He ran about 90 metres. Davey hit. Another smart bit of play, just going inside 50, spotting up the free player. And good play there by Cameron Bruce to slot it through. A much needed one for the Demons. Back within touch.
Something rare, gave himself the pink slip. Reminded of Dennis Rodman in the Chicago Bulls. They gave him the pink slip and he promptly put it on. There's Watson, gets it away. Stanton inside the 50, beautiful pass. And Hurd takes the mark directly in front.
Once again, an open 50. He'll get it on quickly, you heard.
He does exactly that. That's a massive kick. Oh, there's leg in the veteran. Long leg in the veteran.
What a great kick. He knew. He didn't give the ruckman time. Actually, Johnson was coming off the ground. There was no ruckman down on the line. The ball was as close as you'll ever get. Great tap down there. Great tap down by Laycock to Watson. And that's a setup that they've used a couple of times. You got the loose player out the back, and the Demons have to wake up to that. 60-metre kick. Let's have a look. Right on the line. Goal.
Hasn't kicked a goal since round 8, Hurd, and he kicked a goal from that same spot on that day against Father's match. So Hurd, not many goals this year, but boy, how well is he playing? He might win the best and fairest again for a 5th time. Wouldn't that be something? Johnson to Camporelli. Camporelli to Lloyd.
12-3 in favour of the Bombers at present.
Take 2. Lloyd for 800. Hit the post with his last shot. It looked home all the way. Does he become the 10th? That's going straight through. So symbolic of the other 799.
He's a little reluctant to commit to anything right there.
Fletcher's got a reasonable point. I'm not sure if that ball actually ever went over anyway. Laycock, he's having a blinder and then belts into the heart of the centre square. Lucas got rid of a couple. Love it. Now this could be good. He looked rusty early on. First going back for 5. Welcome back. Don't you just love it? And Laycock, how good is he going?
Fantastic. Laycock's had his hand in probably 3 or 4 goals. Whether it's a little palm down, that occasion took it out of the ruck. That's just pure speed. Absolute brilliance through the middle of the ground. And they're on fire. I think the game against Port Adelaide really stung them. And they're up and about. And the D's are feeling the full wrath of it.
His left foot didn't quite work. Taken by Jones, missed the target, but McLean is sent into space. Now something good can happen for Melbourne. This is Pettit, runs inside the 50, the young man, lines up, off target. Newton goes back, and he's going to get a free kick. Fletcher will not be impressed.
On the lawn here. Just here. Back. Play on.
So Newton runs around and just pops it across the goal face to Davey, and Davey, I think, has kicked the goal. He has.
Melbourne enjoying a patch here, aren't they? Sylvia's kicked the full forward. Missed there by Newton. Quick kick by Robertson. Johnston. Slattery runs into him. Pettit and also Davey and Fletcher. Davey was very good there. He cut it off. Handball by McVeigh. Didn't go far. Chance for Sylvia around the body. Melbourne coming.
All clear.
What they've got now, the Demons, have been able to bolster their numbers down back, but also get the loose through the middle of the ground. And Jeff White, I think he may have been given a rev a quarter time off the Reverend and said Laycock's had too much of an influence over the first quarter. Get your act together and start giving us something. And he's had a couple of good impactful possessions so far. And the D's just look like they've gone up a notch.
People say umpires don't win matches.
Don't think he's anywhere near 100% as yet.
Well played, McPhee. Jason Johnson only as far as Brown. Hurriedly it floats inside the forward 50, getting back Pettit.
Ricky Pettit, he's come in and he's done exactly what Neil has asked, and hopefully he can slot one through for the Demons here.
Neil would be asking for a goal right here. And the young man delivers again. Exactly what the coach wanted.
Donald's second effort good. Sylvia neats. They've really gone up a notch, haven't they, the D's? Good smother Slattery and also Michael back to Bate. Bate in board. McDonald. Johnston, who's had a fair bit of the footy, Johnston. He's been one of the prime leaders in this resurgence. It goes to Ward, and then Ward goes to full forward. Robbo, goal! Is it? It is a goal.
the engine room here. The Demons out of the centre. They're starting to get their hands on the footy. And Jeff White has been responsible. Paul Johnson now into the middle. But it's the little men at ground level. Daniel Ward's got his hands on the footy too. This is a smart kick. He just got it in long. And really good play by Russell Robertson to protect the space for the ball. And he won himself a free kick if it hadn't have gone through. Good play there by the Demons. Getting it in long and...
To hold Camporelli. Welsh offers short. Kick goes in that direction. Now Welsh. They've been denied access to their two key forwards so far. And again here. They're not getting it to Lucas and Lloyd just for the moment. Johnson gave it to Ward, to Johnston. Travis Johnston runs to 40, and they've got 5 straight.
Zone now, Dino. Big star on the back
So
here.
Hurd,
On you, Brady. You can't grab his
he was the
jumper.
best man on the ground in the opening quarter and a bit from half back.
His 13th possession, James Hurd. He's got a coiled spring on that boot tonight. Look at that. It goes down towards half forward. The U-turn from Lucas, as per normal, swings it back. McVay. What a terrific mark from behind.
Got it in quick again. Really good play there by James Hurd. Just getting over the top of the defenders. And for Clint Bizzle, that's impossible. That's gone 60+ metres. And Lucas swinging onto his trusty left. Just a good play. Davey just not tall enough.
This would be a pretty handy goal for Essendon if he kicks it, and he kicks truly. Mark McVay gets his second. James Hurd, he didn't try and get it out. This is Welsh. Have to make an attempt.
Cameron Bruce has now got the job on James Hurd.
Stanton, short one, not 15. Neat steals it anyway, intended for Watson. Bacon square, how will this bounce? Needs a bit of left to right. Oh, I think he got it. He did.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's have a look at this. Just a poor execution, just too soft. The kick. And Neitz gave it everything on the left boot. Where's the bounce, Dennis? Wow.
Straight, wasn't it?
Oh, luck's a fortune.
Somehow they went from no luck, because it wasn't 15, to home you go. It's good he's got a goal here, the captain.
He swings it back. In fact, it was Wheatley. Now McDonald over the top. Bruce gets away from Johnson, still inside the centre square, thumps it down towards full forward. Fletcher again able to punch away. Quick hands from Sylvia. Neats across the body. What a comeback by Melbourne.
McPhee. Just who will lead at half-time? Right now you'd be fancying Melbourne's chances.
Had his arm, Clint. Had his arm.
Heard the umpire, so Lucas still getting plenty of it. Lloyd, the target, great hands. It was a good kick, and it was an even better mark. Way out, one hit the post and one was a shocker.
You got it?
But the Bombers, they need every goal they can get.
It's amazing. It's not even half-time. They look like they are paddling.
Not an easy kick, by the way.
No, it's not.
Got the 800 in the first quarter. It's a good-looking kick, and the captain delivers.
No loose players back. I think both coaches will like that. Melbourne believing they can get their hands on the footy first. Stoppages in this quarter.
Sylvia got high. Careful what you say. Kick goes down towards the attacking 50. McVay's kick picked up now by Hurd. Oh, clever. Into the path of Nash. Lucas is on. Nash knows where he is, and Lucas has got the football.
Fine piece of play of James Hurd to spot the player up laterally.
Lucas keen to make amends for his last effort. He's a pro. He learns quickly.
He loves it.
Michael out of the back to McPhee. McPhee to arch and bounce, and then to stretch to Watson. Watson's got Hurd in the goal square, and then Clever enough, out wide, finds McPhee, who ran very, very hard to get just outside 50.
Got their numbers back here, the D's.
Laycock short. Good kick.
Very good kick. Very good kick. They had their numbers back. He doesn't know that there's only seconds left, but...
Well, the umpire hasn't blown time on. That time's evaporated.
Well, pretty important kick, I reckon.
He's a very good kick at goal too, Bruce.
Melbourne have done well here, but a goal here gives Essendon some real breathing space. He's a good kick, Laycock. Kicked a couple of goals here in the win over West Coast. This is a tight angle for a right footer. It's a good-looking kick. He's hammered it home. He's had a big half, has he, Laycock? And the Bombers get wriggling before half-time. It's 12-5 to 9-4.
Umpire made some allowance for a bad bounce. Ward comes away, kicks it shy of the wing. Sylvia up, gets his own crumb and runs away. One bounce as he goes beyond the wing. Nash in pursuit. Sylvia inside the forward 50. Up in front was Robertson. Soccer's off the ground. Robertson, only he could do it. That's our man.
Well, that's exactly what we spoke about, Dennis. A spark. And Russell Robertson is one of those players, and very few of them in the competition can do this. Create something from nothing, and that's exactly what happened. Johnson's been very good on him all night, but Davey there just put the block on, just had a whack at it. And that's what Robbo is. He just has a go, and
getting across is Wheatley. Good bump, cleared a path, got a hand pass away. Bruce Bizzle goes back, taken now by Johnston. Johnston, a little chip. Finds a man forward of the wing. This is Bruce. Bruce kicks inside the forward 50. Coming up once more. Two-handed fist away down there by Fletcher. But the crumb eventually finishes with Neitz. Not his best effort. Bounces just outside the 50. Then inside. Davey goes to the square. Robbo turns around. Robertson gets his second in the space of 3 minutes. Melbourne wasting no time, and it comes to McLean. Talking about developing ruckman, I think one of the things the interchange does is hinders the development of big guys because they don't play as much. You go back to earlier years in footy as Ward runs through the middle, got it from White and kicks it into the path of Godfrey. Can he make amends here? Runs onto the loose ball, gives it to Sylvia, and Sylvia puts Melbourne in front.
well, great play. They weren't doing that in the first term and almost all of last week against the Tigers.
A real up and under. White to try at it to Jones. Jones, Ward, he's gone. Well, he should be gone. He threw it away, and Green gets a wobbly one.
It bounces right on the line of the 50. Storming up was Davey. The bait wants his left side. That really hurt him initially, but then he made the best of a terrible situation and got it onto the chest of Newton.
That kick will catch him out.
That said something about the poise of bait, because he wanted to shoot with his left foot. There was a man coming across him from that side. His right foot he didn't trust to go for goal. And out of the corner of his eye, he saw Newton, and Newton comes in and pops it through. Up after they trailed by 37 at quarter time and 19 at half time. Here's Wheatley, shows a lot of it to Watson. Well played by Watson to his own advantage. Waits, hand passes behind Hurd, goes back, foxes it, hooks around the corner. They'll compete about 40 metres out. Well done, a strong contest down there. Welsh knocked it forward. McPhee gets it from Lloyd and goes in and kicks the goal.
Well, that might be the spark.
Welsh was very good, Dave.
Brave.
Very good. Bate came in with all the courage in the world. This is just a good contest. Eyes on the ball and knocked it away. Great work there by Welsh. Lucas and Lloyd just haven't had enough of it in this quarter.
It falls to the ground, tried to feed it to McLean. Well done, Camporelli. Back to Fletcher, claimed. Now McLean gets through, kicks towards half forward. The mark is taken by Pettit, who was going, but now it should be 50. Hair-trigger decision. And very few people think as quickly as James Hird. He's a victim of his own innate ability to read the game.
Second one for the night for James Hird. Gave away a 50 in the second quarter as we see Green coming off. Yep, didn't have any news straight away. He wasn't involved in the marking contest.
But you saw what Pettit wanted to do, and that was give it off to Godfrey, who was away on his natural kicking side. But Pettit, aided by the 50, comes in. It's a long way right. Goal umpire goes a long way, but it's good. And Melbourne extend their lead.
Contest.
Drag his arm down. Not off.
Now, can Lucas go all the way here? You'd fancy he can.
It's right there, right there.
Well, it looks like he's going to give it off, but I reckon he might have the big sticks lined up.
Well, they just need these types of goals.
Yeah.
Against the flow. It's not going to get there. It's right to Lloyd Laycock.
Oh.
He's a colossus at times, isn't he?
She might have hit the nail on the head by saying, let Ruckman play. Let him get into the game and let them find their feet.
There you're talking.
Well, he could play at centre half forward the way he's going right now. Bangs through his second. The Bombers keep close. The big chase, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a free.
Peveril, Watson was courageous. Love it. T. Ward was outstanding then. Got it to Davey, off Davey's brother. Fletcher got that hand in, as Mr. Gadget often does. Brown through the centre. Davey on the burst. Goes to full forward. Robbo!
Just put it out in front. McPhee just didn't make contact.
So Robbo for a third goal in the third quarter.
To get rid of Newton.
Another big kick for the boy. First shot on goal was a beauty.
He's 55 metres out. Not a bad looking effort. Falls a couple of metres short. Robertson the big leap. Timely fist knocked it away. Brown deep in the pocket. Clock is down to a minute and a half. And Bates in perfect position.
They've responded. And also Essendon have dropped off a hell of a lot. Their work rate is almost not there compared to what it was. This will really hurt the Bombers.
Here's Bate. There's the angle. Perfect to watch this kick. And I think it's okay. The Bombers are on their knees. White did well to punch it away. Not the arm, but the ball. He's in pain, Laycock. He's been very brave. Hird battling against the odds. McDonald has been wonderful. Great vision. He's led from the front. He's put his hand up. Oh, McLean in trouble. Socket off the ground. Advantage is paid.
Well, Brock McLean's last couple of games of footy are probably near his two worst games. The one against Richmond, he didn't get near it, and just making a lot of errors. That is almost unforgivable. Just got to get the ball through or get it off. The Bombers still not gone with yet. Good pressure. It's amazing what pressure can do.
Knight seems a liability because he's just not fit.
Well, they're trying to hide him at the moment, and everywhere they've tried to hide him, the actual ball is going to.
And here's Brown running off him.
Yep.
And going to centre half forward, to full forward, in fact, and Neats marks on his chest.
Well, it's off for a rest. A lot of tired legs out there at the moment.
Gee, Winderlick's pace, you reckon, would be handy, wouldn't you? He has had a pretty average night. Neats for a third goal. And the captain, in the coach's last game, gives them a bigger lead.
Pass from Sylvia to Bate across the 50. Going back, a clever mark taken by Davey. And he's away. Well, in a couple of minds, taken on by his brother. Well, his brother, I think, pulled rank on him. The hand pass eventually comes back to Fletcher. Fletcher scrambles it towards the other side. Ball bounces for Essendon. Taken by Lucas, who goes towards half forward. Lloyd will get the free. Advantage is paid. Davey, earlier involved, and Lovett could finish the good work at the opposite end. He does. A little magic.
there's a lot of players, Bruce, that want to be out there for Neil Danaher for when the siren rings.
Well, he's got 5 minutes of coaching left.
Yeah, and David Neitz, we've seen how injured he is. He's got a finger, a knee. He wants to be out there. He's the skipper. He leads his side.
Behind the pack, it's Peverill taken down. Davey cuts a swathe. He's through. Open goal beckons. It is a fairy tale ending to Neil Danaher's coaching career.
No surprise. The players that have stood up tonight are regarded in the Melbourne's best. Robertson, Davey. That's just great play. Good pressure again. Get through the traffic there. Fresh legs. Goal. And that is honouring Neil Danaher. Well, if they'd have done this last week, Neil still may be coaching. I know it's hard, but it's true.
50. And as Dennis said to Tim at the start of the night, Neil Danaher is going to win 3 of his last 4 games as a coach midway through a season, and he's walking. It is a strange game, isn't it?
Weird.
It is so difficult to predict. Bolton got it from Peverill to full forward. Lucas, Davey, not one in, one at the other. Lizzie's happy, Mum's smiling.
Well, that is amazing. That is amazing. These two brothers are just unbelievable. That gets people through the gates. First time they played against each other, they kick a goal only seconds apart.
Can they still win it, Ox?
Oh, my word, they're still in this. It's only 2 goals, Bruce. There's 4.5 minutes. You can kick 5 goals in 4.5 minutes.
But Wheatley with a telling kick coming out. Well done by Bolton. Came back on Bruce. Didn't do badly. Hooked him by the leg. No free kick. Bolton was getting up, I think, to give it back to Bruce. His intention was to give away a free. Ryder gives it to Winderlech. Winderlech thumping kick. Guess who? Lucas. There was no push there. Just bodied him under the ball. Umpire in perfect possession. Or maybe...
No, well, I think Bizzle did his own damage there. He turned around and faced him and he pushed him in the chest. Gee, the other one was important. The Bruce and Bolton one. James Hird back on too.
Why not? Lucas, such an important kick for Essendon and their finals hopes. He puts it through.
Jones is handled under pressure. Davey. Well cut off by his brother. He was brilliant. Aaron took it from Alwyn. Still a ball to be won. And the time ticks. And it's a free kick.
Didn't try.
One last roll of an important dice here. Lloyd on the lead. He doesn't know how long to go. Can Lucas take the mark? Lloyd's long ball. Laycock, Lucas, goal! The Bombers have done it! Unbelievable! You wouldn't have written this script. You couldn't believe it, could you?
No, you just wouldn't. Sometimes this game can rip your heart out. But I think Neil Danaher would be just saying, well, it's just done it again.
Lloyd and Lucas, you talked about them at the start of the night.
Remarkable.
Courage though by the Bombers.
If I ever advocate the rope-a-dope, David's hit me.
All right. They got their numbers back, the Bombers.
Well, yeah, with 6 seconds, that's not a bad policy. Back in the middle, Laycock decisively. Jason Johnson. And a painful season is going to end in more pain for Neil Danaher. We can't say his time at Melbourne didn't come down to the wire.